What is up, y'all? Welcome to the 13th episode of the Time Report podcast. My name is Jax Weber. Appreciate y'all tuning in today. It was a tough game against the Los Angeles Rams. We do want to talk about. We're going to talk about the drive summary. I'm going to talk about pretty much the drives when you kick off the show. And we're talk about some positives, talk about some lows, a lot to break down today. So appreciate y'all tuning in. We're talking about some NFL scores as well. Talking about some college football scores and what happened over the weekend. Who went up in the rankings, who went down in the rankings. That's be towards the end of the episode. It won't be too much long. But first of all, I just want to give a big shout out to Mr. Titan. He had an event at the Redder this week in Hendersonville. I met so many of y'all, and just being around other Titan fans has been such a blessing. And y'all have been great. Every single one of you guys. Love Titans fans, love being in this community. You know, growing up back in the West Coast and, moving here to achieve my dreams. And this is such a big blessing. Nashville is just a great place full of communities. And just to be around all the Titans fans, a lot of them on Saturday and today, and it's just fun that Titan football is back no matter what the circumstances. I'll live, die, breathe two-tone blue, and that's what I believe. So when I met y'all, a lot of y'all this weekend, I appreciate every single one of y'all. It's been such a blast. I got to talk to you guys personally one-on-one, and definitely have a lot more interviews coming up in the next couple months and weeks. So stay tuned to that. The show is just going to get better day by day, episode by episode, and it's just a blessing. So let's kind of kick off the show. A lot of Rams fans who are also listening to the show. Yes, a ton of Rams fans. Y'all know who you are. Shout out to every single one of y'all. 33-19 was the score today. So first off, the Tennessee Titans do get the ball to start. The Rams deferred to the Titans. Seymour DK, I mean, again, he had a really good day as a kick returner and a punt returner. I don't remember the amount of yards. We can go back and look at it in the box score, but as of right now, took it 21 yards. Ward got early to Tyler Lockett. I mean, like I said, Tyler Lockett needed to get effective in this game, and Tyler Lockett, first of all, starts out great. Seymour DK got in the action as well, and it was actually a good pass, but again, penalties, which we'll be talking about on the show. Kevin Zeitler was ineligible downfield pass. He went downfield too early. And then on second down, 10 after all that, 5-yard penalty, false start, John Ogawu. And you know what? I'm going to tell you about this. The right tackle spot was frustrating today. I'm not saying it's just on Orgeru. I'm just saying overall, I think the right tackle spot is definitely missing J.C. Latham. So they tried Orgeru out for pretty much most of the game, and they switched it up. And Bray Cance was in there in the most of the fourth quarter. And after that, Cam Ward gets sacked. Byron Young gets in there. The Rams, the first out of 5 sacks. Again, that's a big frustrating drive. You're on third down and 23. So again, I know a lot of y'all are like, Cam Ward making not smart decisions. Yes. But I think at the same time, the offensive line is not giving them much help either. And it's hard as a quarterback when you start at third down and 23 on your first drive. That's hard. So they do get a little screen to Chig, 14 yards. I thought another guy, like I mentioned with Pierce, Nick Landman had a heck of a game for the Rams. He was all over the field as I was watching. So anyway, Johnny Hekker gets the punt. Kind of frustrating drive. The Rams, the Titans couldn't do anything. Then the Rams start with the ball, and they go 73 yards and 9 plays to go downfield. Again, Tyler Higbee was everywhere today. I felt like Puka Nacua was everywhere today, and he got a big touchdown, a 45-yard run. Did not even see it. Titans didn't even see it at all, even coming. And the Rams jump on board first. Titans follow another punt. Again, Rams push a lot of pressure on the Titans O-line. They both exchange punts. Then the Titans get the ball back. They went 43 yards down the field in 12 plays. Joey Sly, again, what a game he had. A first of 4 field goals, 55-yarder. And then Joshua Carty got a field goal also as they were driving down the field, but the Titans stopped him in the red zone. So, again, the Titans' first half defense, I felt like did a really good job containing the Rams in the red zone. And that's something that, I'm going to note a little bit. But I felt like that was a good stop right there. And Titans and Rams both exchanged punts. And finally, Cam Ward gets his first NFL touchdown. So Pollard, again, we'll talk about it in the box score, but he actually had a really nice day also, got a couple of good runs. And, Cam Ward got a run up first down, thankfully. I'll tell you this. There is a play. I think I missed it, and I apologize by that. Seamer DK, he had a great return. The fact that this was a penalty, that Cedric Gray, they said that Cedric Gray roughed someone. I mean, that's kind of frustrating. I didn't even see that at all. I think it was a roughing or a hold. It was a hold. That was the most stupidest hold. And that's very frustrating. So again, just that penalty itself took away a punt return touchdown for Seamer DK. And again, false starts. Odru, again, another false start, the second of his second penalties today. That's frustrating as a rookie quarterback. So again, back to the touchdowns. I forgot to say that. I just wanted to kind of say that about that. Apologize. So Cam Ward, I mean, they were going downfield. Made a great throw to Elic Ayomanor. We're talking about Emmanuel Forbes was covering. Witherspoon had a shoulder injury, so I think he missed most of the second quarter and second half, I noticed. And then Cam Ward, incomplete pass. I thought this was a little PI. Then Cam Ward scrambles. So pressure from both sides. Cam Ward scrambles, and he's trying to find somebody open. And he lobs a pass to Elic Ayomanor for a 9-yard touchdown. I mean, he floated this one in the air. It was beautiful throw from Cam from his opposite side. And that's something you like to see. And the Titans tie it up at 10. And then the Rams get the ball back. It's like 30-something seconds. Stafford throws an interception for Cody Barton. Love that. So you're getting momentum here, right? So now it's 10-10. You get an interception, go down, you get a field goal, right? Just be careful. Don't fumble the ball. So the Rams were smart. The Titans were smart. They got a nice couple nice chunks. And then Joey Slye, a second 37-yard field goal. And now it's 13-10 Titans at halftime. This is where things start to kind of shift. And this is something we've been talking about for a long time. The Titans are not a good second half team, and it's very frustrating. And today definitely showed it. So the Rams get a field goal here, and it is 13-13 tie. The Titans go ahead and go march, and they get another field goal. So now it's 16-13. And then the Rams, this is where it all kind of falls apart. Rams go downfield. Davis Allen gets a touchdown. Puka Nacua got two big, long plays on this drive. And they go first down and 10. Matt Stafford gets a touchdown. And then the Titans had a punt on this drive. Again, another frustrating for the Titans that they couldn't get things going to start in the second half, especially that this is the second time they get the ball in the third quarter. Frustrating. Then the Rams, get a punt. You're like, okay, Titans, it's your time. Let's go down. Let's go try to get a score. But nope. Offensive line, once again, Cam Ward got sacked, fumbled the ball. Bryce Young got the fumble, and Nate Landman, who we did talk about, recovers it at the Titans 21-yard line. Man, the sacks, the penalties, just all very frustrating. Then the Rams go score on that play. Titans go punt, Rams go score, and the Titans got a field goal, make it 33-19, and that's it. And Rams go march downfield. That's it. Couple things to kind of know. Again, first off, this is first out of many, many things. The Titans had a halftime lead, right? The Titans had the momentum. I felt like the Titans were leading possession in this game. They're cruising downfield, and I think in the second half, it was very frustrating that they couldn't get things going. The Titans couldn't get things going. They couldn't stop the Rams on defense. Matthew Stafford just ran the Titans defense up. And again, pressure. Pressure was the big problem. You had no pressure off the edges. That's a big problem. So again, when you have Stafford just standing there all the time in the world, when you're double teaming Simmons, right? Sebastian Joseph Day doesn't get off of there. So does Arden Key. So does Femi. So frustrating right there. So again, the Titans need to address the edge position in the offseason. And that's a real reason, one of the reasons why the Titans did not win today. And illegal blindside block. I'm sorry, Cedric Gray. A lot of boos. And that's another momentum too. So I felt like also Stafford and Devontae Adams had a big connection. And number two, this is kind of my number two thing, L'Jarius Sneed. A lot of you guys are gonna say L'Jarius Sneed had a bad game, and I agree. It wasn't the best game from Sneed. I was just more encouraged to see Sneed out there. I was just more encouraged to see him actually playing a lot of these snaps. I have to look and see how many snaps he played, but just to see him on a football field, looking actually running around and looking good, I mean, that was encouraging for me. So again, I say what you want, the penalties. I mean, excuse me, on the Jerry Sneed, but he played 54 snaps, 91.5% today. Out of 59 snaps, played 54. It's pretty good. That's really good. And especially better than 19 from last week. So I think a lot of Titans fans, even though he didn't look the best today, just to see Sneed actually on a football field, running around, actually looking decently for once, actually healthy, I think Titans fans should be encouraged. I think they should be excited. I think Sneed's more hungry to get ready. I know he has things to work on, but I definitely am really encouraged by L'Jarius Sneed to get back on that football field. So that's my number two deck. I think number three is getting the running game going. I think that's a big thing the Titans have been waiting on for Tony Pollard. Again, 92 yards today at 80 last week. I think the Titans are starting to get running game going. And I think that's what something they need to get going more as they get down in the season, as they face more tough teams, Indy and Houston and Arizona in the next 3 weeks. I think those they're gonna have to rely on Pollard a lot. And that's gonna be something that Titans offense is gonna have to talk about. And I think Chestnut definitely should play more, though, in my opinion. I think he should get more in those RB3, RB number 2 snaps. He did not even play much on offense today. He didn't even get the ball, the carry. So that's something to keep in mind of today. And I think number 4, we found our number 1 receiver. And it's not Calvin Ridley. Elic Ayomanor. What a game he had, besides the touchdown. The fact that Cam had a strong connection with Elic Ayomanor is going to be huge for the future, huge for the Tennessee Titans offense alone. The fact that he's actually exploring weapons around with Ayomanor. Chig actually had a pretty nice, decent game also, right? Gunnar Helm with a couple catches. I want to see Gunnar Helm get some more action also. But just the fact that Cam is getting more comfortable as the weeks and weeks with his receivers is getting more interesting. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Again, and that's my number 4 thought. My number 5 thought on this team is I like what I saw from Cam today. Obviously, I think number 1, he held the ball for maybe a little bit too long. But I think just seeing him stand up in there against the Rams, which is a playoff team last year, which a lot of y'all are forgetting, especially last week with the Broncos. I mean, I think overall looking at this, I mean, I know looking at the scoreboard, you're like, oh, 33-19, wasn't really in it. Oh, 19 for 33, it's not really great. Well, the fact that you're seeing more progress week by week for Cam is actually really encouraging for your quarterback. I mean, I think the Titans, he hasn't been turning over the ball as much. Only had 1 fumble. He's only had turnover the ball twice, 2 fumbles. So I think as you Titans fans, I think all of us are, looking at the bad stuff with the sacks and, all this stuff with the offensive line, which I'm looking at too. I'm really encouraged that Titans is really starting to find out that Cam Ward is getting better week by week as their number 1 quarterback. And I think that's something that we're going to look at this season is, is this guy going to hopefully be the guy that we're waiting on? And yeah, so far, he's been great. So I'm looking Cam to build as week by week, and I'm very excited for him as his future. So that's what I have to say about the game. Again, very frustrating. We face next week against the Colts in Nissan Stadium, who we're talking about some NFL scores right now before I end the show a little bit in college football. Ravens destroyed the Browns 41-17. Oh, my. Lamar Jackson had a good day as well. Same with Derrick Henry, 169 yards. Holy smokes. Lamar had 209. Derrick had only 18 rushing attempts, man. And he gets 169 yards. Holy smokes. Miss that guy a lot, man. I know a lot of y'all do too, but good to see Derrick ball out. I know maybe it's not the best for Baltimore, but just good to see Derrick ball out. Bengals beat the Jags 31-27, without Joe Burrow. He left in the first half with the foot injury, I heard. And the fact that they still won with their backup is pretty that's pretty good backup right there for Cincinnati. So Cincinnati, a good game for them. I like what I heard from them, and we're facing Jacksonville soon in the next few weeks. So their backup quarterback, Jake Browning, man. I mean, 21-32, 241. That's a good stat line from a backup. And he was ready, he was hungry, which is Brian Callahan's old team right there. So Jacksonville now falls to 1-1 of the season. So today, obviously, we knew about the Rams and Titans 33-19. Disappointing loss. That's number 3. A couple games still going on at the moment as I'm right now. So number 2, the Cowboys beat the Giants 40-37 overtime. The Lions destroyed the Bears 52-21, and that was Ben Johnson versus his old team. So good to see that. The Patriots won 33-27 over Miami. A couple other ones I won't really get too much. Seahawks destroyed Pittsburgh 31-17. Right now, a couple games are still in the fourth quarter. Cardinals are beating the Panthers 27-9. Broncos are beating the Colts 28-23. Eagles are winning against the Chiefs on the road 13-10. Tonight's game is the Atlanta Falcons, and that will be at 7:20 Central Time, so right after the podcast comes out. Anyway, so a question that we're going to end the show with is that how much time are y'all going to give Brian Callahan? Think about it. He's only 3-16 as head coach. How much time are y'all going to let Brian Callahan still have control of this team? I think personally, it's maybe going to be a couple weeks. I mean, if we start out 0-5, it could happen then. If it's 0-4, they could make the decision tomorrow. I mean, it really depends how Amy Adams-Strunk feels. I know she's embarrassed right now. But then again, you have to think about it. Who's going to replace Callahan? Do we want to go through another head coaching cycle again? Which is sound like we're going to have to, especially after the first 2 years. But think about this. I don't want to keep going through coaches like Marcus Mariota did. Okay? We got number 1 overall quarterback. Okay? I know last year's Callahan with Will Levis was frustrating. We all know that. It was irritating. We all know it was really frustrating. But the question that you guys have to think about tonight, do you want to put your rookie quarterback through that situation only having 2 games play calling with Cam Ward? Do you really want to go have Cam Ward go through that again for this first time as a NFL quarterback? Do you really want Cam Ward to all of a sudden go through another head coaching change? And it's honestly yes, no. I mean, I'm leaning towards I'm in the middle, man. I mean, I'm truly I want to know what y'all think. It's a tough decision if we're gonna get rid of Callahan. I personally think. Because we got to see who he's got. I know it's been frustrating. I know last week was frustrating. I put last week in the past. I'm giving it a couple more weeks to see what he can do, and then we'll talk about it again. This will end the 13th episode. Once again, I appreciate y'all tuning in. 2 long episodes, man. And this is not as long as 30 minutes, but heck, man, 18 minutes is pretty. Had a good one. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all later this week. I'll have an interview with Mr. Easton Freeze himself on the show. We'll have that coming up. I'll release the day on my Instagram and Twitter. All right, have a good rest of your Sunday. Have a good rest of your week, and see y'all in the middle of the week. Tying up, y'all.